Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. It's been a little while and I'm sorry about the way I look. I don't have a lot of makeup on, in which I haven't felt like putting a lot on, and my hair is not done and it's breaking and I'm a mess. I'm so sorry. I know that it's been a while since I've done a video and I'm sitting here thinking I'll just put a little bit of makeup on, probably not do my hair but make it look decent and get on here and talk to you. So I've had a couple of visits, actually a few to be honest with you, and they mostly consisted of the geometric shapes in the film that I always talk about. They come slowly in a room, and what's funny is they slowly come to me. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're saying, hey, we're coming towards you, but you have to come your way in to the film. Maybe, I don't know, but it never comes all the way to me and engulfs me. If it does, I haven't noticed, because when I look, it's still coming at me. Now, when I hold my hand out to it, it comes clear to my hand and stops. It doesn't come all the way to me. And in thinking about that right now, I think that would feel weird, having my face go through that. And what makes me say it would feel weird? Because in the past and recently, when I touch it, the film detaches to my fingers and it's crunchy. You would think it would be like soft, like film. How do I explain that? Like a soft silicone strip, I would assume, but it's crunchy. And I remember telling somebody about it before, I don't remember who, and they were like, no, don't touch it, don't crunch it. And I remember thinking, well, why? Because when I hold out my hand, it comes to my hand and engulfs my hand. So you can't always listen to what other people say, like that person saying, don't touch it. Because, like I said, I hold my hand out and it comes straight to my hand. But one night, this was kind of funny in a way. I have mentioned sometimes that I'll wake up and there's like black streaks all over my walls. I don't know what that is, but what it looks like is big fat slugs sliming on the wall, and it leaves that slimy trail, but it's black. And it's a lot. It is a lot. Because when I wake up, I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And sometimes the film, I want to say used to, in the beginning, it would have color. It was like the geometric shapes were glowing with a specific color. I've seen red, I've seen blue, and these colors that I see are not like earth colors. They're more vibrant and beautiful. I mean, so beautiful. Even the white of the ships, we don't have that kind of white here. It is so beautiful. When you see it, you can't help but stare at it. And the first ship I saw, something keeps telling me it's my ship, but it was the tall vertical one. It was like between 5 and 7 stories tall, and the whole entire thing was a bright white light. And I know we were taken. I know without a doubt that we were taken. Me and a friend and her son and his girlfriend went out to the field, and it was coming down on top of the mountain we were on. It was soundless. It wasn't noisy. And it was slowly, very, very slowly coming down like it was going to land on the mountain. And then the last thing I remember is turning around saying, oh, wow, wasn't that beautiful? Wow, wow. I never saw it land. I never saw it move, take off, and go. So that says something. I think we were taken and they wiped our memories. I know I've been taken a lot, but that was special because I was awake and saw it come and never seen it leave. So I know. Yeah. And the funniest thing is that we weren't missing a lot of time. And I really didn't look, because it went from that to a point, because we watched the sky longer, and it got to the point where we were like, oh, what time is it? And then it was 11. And it seemed accurate. It seemed like we were out there that long. So to say we had missing time, time-wise, I don't know, because I wasn't keeping time. I wasn't keeping up with the time. But anyway, back on track. I had a visit, and sometimes I want to say, I try to go to the bathroom before I go to sleep. But sometimes I'm just really, really thirsty, and I'll take more drinks before my pills kick in. And right when I started getting groggy, I realized, oh, I gotta go pee. I gotta go now. And sometimes they help me when I stumble. I felt them guide me. It was like they were holding me, guiding me. But I went to the bathroom, and I knew they were with me. I felt them. And I go to the roll of toilet paper, and I look on it, and there were black lines all over it. And I stopped, and I bent over and really looked at it like, what? It was all over the toilet paper. And now to think about it, it's funny because I used that toilet paper. I don't think it was there when I used it. I got my Jackery, and I'm happy that I got it. It cost me $700. It was actually, I think $999, but there was a coupon and it said save $300. So it was, maybe it was $6.99. I can't remember, but I saved $300. But silly me, I thought the power button was a whole different button, and I didn't think my heating blanket was charged or charging. And my kid's dad came over today, and he showed me, no, you got to push the DC button, and it works. But I'm plugging it in the morning because I want to see how long it goes. I don't want to fall asleep tonight and it shut off, and I don't know when it did or how long it lasts. So tomorrow morning I'm plugging it in to see, testing that sucker out. When I got it, I cannot remember the percentage that it was charged up to. I want to say 47%. I can't remember. And I remember telling myself, remember what that is, because I have to charge it to 100%. And how long is that going to charge? I do know that I left it plugged in almost 3 hours until it was 100%. So I'm like, ugh, do I need to carry this into my work? I really don't want my job knowing what's going on in my personal life about me staying in my car. So I thought about maybe leaving it at the security desk and see if I could leave it behind them and charge. I don't really have any other option while I'm working if they say no. Because if I carry it to my desk, people are going to ask, what is that? And I don't want to have to answer that. If I had a way to not say I'm leaving in my car and knew what I could use it for, instead of like I could charge it in my house, I would say something, but I'm not. And a part of me is thinking, maybe when I get off of work, I could drive over to the building I used to work at. There's a couple of ways there I can charge it, but it's going to take a while to charge. I will know tomorrow how long it takes to charge fully from it ending for the blanket. Because I will be going there to shower and to do laundry, not all in the same day, and edit my videos for you guys. It's not going to take me 4 hours to do that. It'll take just a couple. So that's mainly the visits I've had. I have seen more, I want to say beings. I don't know. I was sitting here watching TV the other night, and out of my bedroom came a big white blob, and I looked over and it was gone, of course. I'm still seeing orbs. I can actually stand in the kitchen and see them also, because there's that weird light in there. Let me see if I can show you. Right, that ceiling light, not there, but I can't reach. But you see it on the ceiling. So I can stand underneath that, and I see the orbs coming and going. And one was getting my attention yesterday. It came real close to me, and it wasn't like enormous, but it was pretty big. And it kind of went away, and I kind of went cross-eyed because it got real close, because it was getting my attention. And then when I looked, I focused on it, And it just kind of danced around a little bit and then drifted off. And I'm like, okay, well, hello. They do try to get my attention, that is for sure. I just wish that we could communicate. I know that I always second guess myself. I do know they communicate with me. Speaking of that, I feel very weird because I feel like Ezekiel hasn't been with me for a couple of days. I'm not sure. Usually when I say his name, I can feel something, but I don't know if it's me blocking that feeling. I don't know. But the other day I was talking to Giuseppe, as always. Before I started talking to him, I think, as when I said, I don't feel Zeke with me. And he said he's off doing things or something like that. He was doing something, in which I know they do. I feel like our guides and our guardians, which is what Zeke is, they tend to do things, of course, but they have replacements for them. I just want to say that I just saw a dark-haired man step inward when I said that. He's pretty handsome. It's funny how I see these things. It's only my third eye. It's kind of like your imagination. And sometimes when you talk about something, it's a trigger and you can see it. I don't know if this man is replacing Zeke for a little bit. I don't know. But that's how my mind works sometimes. Sometimes they come to me without even me saying anything. I want to say I had a visit or something and had some information sent to me, and I don't remember what it is. And sometimes I tend to forget what it is when it's a channel, because I need to start writing things down. I heard somebody on YouTube talking about that. When they get information or something like that, they quickly write it down. I need to carry a book with me or something at all times so I can do that. There's been many times where I'm doing a YouTube video and I'm like, oh, what was that? I forgot, and I'm like, I wish I really wrote it down. I always have my phone with me, but I'm using it also. I could carry a book around in close proximity of me, I assume. Was thinking out loud kind of today to my kid's father and thinking of me getting another car. I'm wanting a Toyota SUV of some sort, which is expensive, but I'll be living in it, so it's affordable. And then I'm going to give my oldest daughter my current car. The payments are $212 a month, and then of course the new one will be like $500, and I bring home quite a bit, and I can afford that. But I figured once my credit goes back up after getting the car, that I will get an RV and probably live in it, unless my YouTube takes off, or unless I save enough money to buy land. I mean, I don't know what else to do, actually. I really feel that times are getting hard and rough and tough for a lot of us. It's just beginning to be very difficult. I feel sorry for the people who cannot afford these apartments. There are single women with kids that cannot afford to live anywhere alone because nobody's hiring for a huge dollar amount. And for somebody to live comfortably, it's difficult. We can't do it. And I'm glad I'm single, and I'm glad all my kids are adults, and I still struggle. If you have medical bills coming out and you're divorced and going through the IRS thing like I am, it's very hard. And can't do it. I don't want my credit score to go back down because I do want to, I want to say, apply for land, but I would buy it outright. And the same thing for my home. I'm building it. It's like a little tiny home thing I'm going to be building. I really don't want to buy a house because I will have crossed over, if you catch my meaning, before I get it paid off. And usually if that happens, the government gets it. Somebody gets it. It's not passed down. Even if I have them in the will, I still don't think like my kids, they can't get it. I feel like that's accurate. And I don't know how I know that. Back to my Jackery. It is the 1,000 watts. I don't know. I don't understand that. It's the 1,000. They come in like 500 for something or whatever, and 1,000 and 1,500. The 1,500 is the highest, I think. I have the second highest. And I have a little power bank. It's small. And I can plug up my heating iron with that, and I'm not sure what else. But I can plug up my computer to my Jackery and other things that I can't think of at this moment in time. Probably my cell phone, but yeah, I'm excited. I want to say that I am excited about going into my car. I feel it, but the human, I hate to say that, but the human part of me, I say that because we're habitual. God, we are habitual beings. And when we live in a place so long and we have to give it up, we start thinking, well, okay, I'm getting rid of my security place, if you want to title it that way, where I have air conditioning, where I have heat, and I'm warm and safe, have a bed. Well, you kind of have that in the car too, although it's little. And people tend to put other people down for living in their car. I know a lot of people that live in their car and enjoy it because they're free. I mean, like, a house is constrictive, and I'll say my part on it. It's constrictive as in, I don't get out much, especially since surgery, but I don't get out much. I don't go park somewhere like I used to and enjoy the sun, enjoy the outside, and at night watch the stars and, watch the surroundings. We're stuck in here watching TV, which is not good. We're sitting here watching TV, and the days go by and we do nothing with ourselves. And we sit around and we get fat and we eat because we're sitting watching TV. The only thing that I know I'll miss is the food that I like. I like my English muffins in the mornings. That's going downhill quick. And I'll be fine. And there's things that I like cooking on the stove. Healthier meals than eating out. In which, we have a Whole Foods here that has healthy food. Like a salad bar. And there's other things on that bar that I can't remember. But there's small things that I can buy that is already pre-made. I have access to microwaves in the places I work. I'm babysitting my daughter's dog. You can't see him, but he's a tiny Chihuahua and weenie dog. And he is a barker. Oh my gosh. It's such a loud, shrill bark. It scares me every time I jump. I don't have my glasses on, but right now it says I'm 20 minutes in on this video. So I like squinting. I also want to add, I have a spot on my nose, and my face never breaks out. When I was a teenager, I would get 1 or 2 pimples at that time of the month, and that's it. And every once in a while, I'll get 1 pimple, that's it. Well, under this eye, not too long ago, I had a bump. Didn't know what it was. I'm like, that is new. Where'd that come from? Well, eventually, what it was in it, I was on my very bottom lid. I was scratching it one day, and a hard core came out. And I looked at it, and you could see it, and it's a hard ball of something. And I'm like, what in the world? And so that lump is gone. And then I have one right here. And I've been digging it. They both popped up around the same time. And I've been digging it, thinking, it might be a pimple. But no. And nothing's coming out of it, I don't think. But on my nose, there's a hard bump. And I've been feeling on it, and unless it's just me, but I feel like the texture part of my nose is different and sensitive. So I don't know if I need to go to the doctor. It's been there maybe a month. And that's something that I never go through, ever. So I'm getting kind of concerned. I do see my primary care on the 29th of this month of December, and I'll ask her. So that's all I've got going on in my life. And as some of you may not know, when I was talking about living in my car, I will be moving in my car still on December 23rd. And I really hope it goes smoothly. I know it will. The most exciting part about it, two things that is for me, is I'll be out, not watching TV, because it's hard just to, turn the TV off and leave. It's not really that hard, but we tend to make it hard, I guess. I'll be watching the windows outside all the time. And when I go to sleep in my back seat, I have a sunroof. And I'm like, I get to watch the stars now when I go to sleep. Depending on the place, because I don't want somebody standing beside my car looking in the sunroof while I'm sleeping at night. That'd be really creepy. But I get to watch the stars, and I'm real excited about that. And there are a few places that I know I can park. The Planet Fitness that's close to me is in a mall, and it's open 24/7, but the parking lot is really sketchy. Really sketchy. So I don't feel safe there. And there's a church or two that I looked at that I do feel safe. So I will probably do that, and then another place that I know of. But anyway, I think that's all I've got to say. I'm going to edit this video and take it easy because my hip is really hurting today. I hope you guys are doing well. I love you guys so much, and I'm going to send each and every one of you love, light, and peace. Bye.